Number 1.
It's just a cigarette and it cannot be that bad.
Honey, don't you love me and you know it makes me sad.
It's just a cigarette like you always used to do.
I was different then, I don't need them to be cool.
Number 2. Number 3.
Hey guys, we are looking at a pyramid in Pennsylvania that was built by a secret society called Rosicrucian. As I went near it, I saw this sign on top of the gate. It has a skull with 2 bones below it, which is clearly a symbol of danger. And it is sitting on top of the globe with wings, and below it you can see the word try, as though it is daring you to step inside the pyramid. You don't expect to see something like this inside church premises. Notice that there is an anchor on the left symbolizing underworld, because anchors always go down, and the torch on the right symbolizing higher world, because flames always go up. Now, this is what you see inside the pyramid. You can see a very small room, probably about 3 feet wide and 5 feet long. If you're not distracted by the plaques hanging on the wall, you will notice the screws on the walls. Have you ever seen screws on marble tiles? If you remove them, there would be a much larger chamber inside. The pyramid is about 50 feet wide on all 4 sides and about 30 feet tall. The secret chamber that is behind this wall could be easily over 40 feet wide and may even have multiple levels. This is further reinforced by this plaque hanging on the fake wall. Notice how it shows the pyramid with an oval shaped chamber that is as tall as the pyramid itself. If you look carefully, you can see 2 levels in the chamber. On the first level of the chamber, you can see a strange figure that does not look human at all. And on the next level, there is an empty room with a circular opening carved on it. There is also something carved under the pyramid, so it is possible that there is an underground area as well. Let's take a look at the other signs hanging on the fake wall. On the bottom of this plaque, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is Latin for New Order of the Ages, or more popularly called the New World Order. On the top, we can see the phrase Annuit Septis, which means he approves of the undertakings. This is a very mysterious phrase because we don't really know who approves of the undertakings.
Number 4.
There are tube drill marks on and around the pyramids and objects at Giza. Cores from the drills have been recovered here. The tube drill marks and the cores range in size from small, like these holes that are drilled into the lip of this box, right up to quite large, 12 to 14 inches even, as is shown in this just incredibly unique coffer. Part of the mystery of these tube drills is that we most often see them worked into just some of the hardest materials on Earth, materials like granite or diorite or basalt or schist. Now, some of you might be looking at these examples and thinking to yourself, well, there's no mystery here, Ben, this has all been solved. There was a TV show, it was a PBS special, and they showed how all this was done in that special. They used copper saws, they used copper tubes, they poured sand and water into the hole, and then they just proved how these holes were made. The methods shown in this PBS special have been debunked multiple times in relation to the markings that we see today on drill cores and drill holes, and that the conclusions that were reached in this special are demonstrably wrong.
Number 5. Number 6.
All we know is that this group of explorers here found this secret cavern that led them down deep underneath the ground, where they made some of the most remarkable discoveries I've ever seen that prove the existence of ancient aliens coexisting with our ancestors. It starts off with the group kayaking into these weird underground caverns. I don't know if it's because of these gigantic looking pillars that almost look like it could be a man-made ancient structure, kind of like something you would find inside of the Great Pyramids. They decided to bring scuba diving gear all the way down here so they could explore and see what they could find underneath the deep water. Just look what they found. These creepy masks or sculptures carved deep underneath the water, and these things were everywhere. Some of them look like humans, but others are extraterrestrial aliens. This is what everyone would describe as being an alien gray. You have the big black soul-crushing eyes and the tiny nose and mouth. But not only are there gray aliens, there also happens to be several other alien races. I mean, imagine diving underneath the water and seeing these ancient carvings of aliens, but everywhere. This obviously shocked the crew, so they arranged for a boat to come with all kinds of equipment that would allow them to excavate and take back some of these sculptures from deep underneath the cavern for archaeologists to study and confirm their authenticity. These artifacts have clearly been there for thousands of years. This giant sculpture of an alien was sitting in the water for thousands of years because of its back. You can see the green moss or green algae that has built up on the back from being submerged underneath water for thousands of years. But they also dug up something that does look to me like it's genuine just because of the condition it's in. It just looks like a real artifact. It even has these mini sculptures of what looks to be like aliens built into this artifact, which looks like to be a flying saucer. It even has an alien gray's head on the very top of it. Now, this crew didn't just stop there. No, they pulled out thousands and thousands of artifacts. But like I said, this could change the entire history books. Just look at some of these pictures, like this one, of what looks to be like humans and aliens coexisting.
7.
Geologists led an expedition into the mineral-rich Urals in hopes of locating gold deposits. The scientists discovered something unexpected. At depths of over 30 feet, they unearthed a scattering of tiny metal coils and springs. The metal fragments, some as small as 1/10,000th of an inch, were sent to the Russian Academy of Sciences in St. Petersburg for analysis. Their shape resembled manufactured technology rather than naturally occurring minerals. The smallest pieces were found to be tungsten, a metal used in spacecrafts and missiles.
When you look down at them in a microscope, they're extremely regular in their structure. They're very nice coils. The only way we could make them even now is with machine-guided technology. You could not do this by hand.
8.
Did you know that an enormous system of caves, chambers, and tunnels lies hidden beneath the pyramids of Giza? According to the archaeologist Andrew Collins, there is an untouched archaeology down there, as well as a delicate ecosystem. There is an underground system of catacombs that has never been explored. The ancient Egyptians even wrote about these tunnels in their texts, but for whatever reason, modern archaeologists did not believe them, or more likely purposely hid the info.
Number 9. Finally, number 10.
When you look into the other giants, the ones that were the wisdom keepers, the ones that had the knowledge from their ancestors, they had the information on how to build megalithic structures. They knew how to grow crops. They knew the celestial cycles. They knew multiple languages, and they also had the technology, according to the ancient texts, to travel around the planet. So this was an advanced race of beings. Some call them the Nephilim. Some call them the Enoch in the modern day religious text like the Bible. But these beings were very, very advanced, and they were imparting that wisdom to human beings. I believe that the Anunnaki were giants according to ancient accounts. You can see them also in the cylinder scrolls that are in the British Museum, where you have the Anunnaki god sitting on a stool or a chair, and then the human beings that he's talking to are way smaller than him. And even though he's sitting down, his torso is much higher than the actual humans.